Let's talk about Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. It's been quite a ride.
It's been quite a train wreck for most Americans. People were promised that the cost of eggs would come down, and instead, the cost of eggs have gone up, and our 401ks, which is essentially our savings accounts, have gone way down because of Trump's tariffs and the tax that they've put on Americans and the market instability that they've created. Social Security offices are being closed and programs are being threatened to be cut so that billionaires can have bigger tax cuts. So it's been an absolute train wreck for the first 100 days.
So much disruption, and at the same time, I get one question repeatedly from friends and colleagues in Europe, which is, where is the resistance?
The resistance is building every day, and it's actually working. In a dictator can only be successful if they can overcome Congress, the press, the courts, and the people. Donald Trump has been able to mow over Congress. There's no resistance inside Congress by his own party. However, the courts have been quite effective at putting speed bumps on many of Donald Trump's actions. The press has been quite effective in exposing the corruption, whether it's with Elon Musk and Doge, or Pete Hegseth, constantly putting classified information in signal chats. And then the people are resisting. There was a hands-off rally on April 5th where 1,300 different rallies across America brought out millions of Americans. And so the sand in the gears, that could take us toward a dictatorship are there right now.
I remember Trump's first term and the women's marches, which, at least from what I experienced, were bigger than the protests that we're seeing now. Are people overwhelmed by everything that's happening?
People are scared, and that's the common theme and a common emotion that's expressed to me when I'm in the public. I held a town hall a couple of days ago. I went to a Republican district in Northern California. We were able to have 700 people attend. And the theme that I heard, one woman said, in the first couple months, I was scared, but now I'm pissed off. That's what you're seeing right now, is we're building toward that. And of course, the biggest victory of all will be next November when we have the midterm election.
Will there be enough left to save by next November? You're talking about dictatorship and about Congress not being able to do what it needs to do. The courts are being defied by the government. So will there be enough left?
Yes, as long as we continue to stand up. We've seen law firms in America completely cave. We've seen universities in America completely cave. And we've seen CEOs in America, completely cave. But the American people are not caving. And the courts, at least so far, they're not caving. And there are still independent journalists, who are receiving, source material that they're reporting. And as they report and highlight, corruption, it fires Americans up, and it makes them believe that they have to go to the town square. So we just have to keep this going long enough so we can have a free and fair election in the midterms, and then start to right, this ship, back toward freedom.
You're quite outspoken, also quite active. You've mentioned the threat of a dictatorship a couple of times already. Are Democrats doing enough? Is there enough leadership, clear messaging?
Yes, there appears to be, no central leader because we're so early. We don't have a presidential nominee yet, but you're seeing kind of an Avengers-like model where different leaders are stepping up and we're linking arms and we're moving toward that midterm election where the American people will be inspired, to vote for freedom and reject fascism.
Donald Trump cares little for loyalty towards allies. Is the US still a reliable partner?
I want to speak for most Americans, to Austria, but also to the greater continent of Europe. You are our allies. You are our friends. In some of the worst conflicts and some of the biggest challenges of humanity, you have been there with us. We have been there for you, and you have been there for us when we have needed you. And we will get through this. And America's greatest strength is not any single military program that we have or the number of soldiers in any army. It's our alliances and the friends that we have and the friends we need to call on during, great challenges. And so we will get through this because there's more people like me than Donald Trump in America. And I look forward to getting us to the other side.
Just one last thing before higher tariffs hit, is there anything that you want to import from Austria?
Yes, obviously, many of Austria's delicacies and Austria's wines, are served in America, obviously. By the way, tourism is an export, and Austrians coming to America, to see the arts and our culture and entertainment and our sites and our parks, that is an export for America, and we're losing that. And I don't want to see Donald Trump define how we view Austria or how we view the rest of the continent.